are going to be doing a hair wrap. Two hair wraps actually. I did these last month and I had so much fun with it. It was the first time that I ever got to do it in my whole life. So I wanted to do it again, and I think that I want to do this like every month now because I really I had a great time with it. So this month I picked some certain colors that are really near and dear to my heart. They mean a lot to me. My sister actually gave me an awesome idea, so we're going to be rolling with that. For this project, if you decide that you'd like to do one of these at home, you totally can. The materials that you will need a comb, one elastic. No matter how many braids you're doing, you only need one elastic or wraps you're doing, a scrunchie or hair tie, a mirror, some embroidery floss, and this is what I'll be using today, and a pair of scissors. So we're gonna buckle up and just get right into it. I am so excited. Last time I did this, it took me like 3 hours to put all of them in and equally as much time to take all of them out. So I'm really excited to do this and see how it goes. So I'm gonna try to do this in like a step-by-step process so that way you can learn how to do it at home, because there's not really a lot of good videos on tutorials on how to do this, and I kind of had to figure it out by myself. So step one is that you're gonna pick where you would like your hair wrap. The last time that I did it, I did two, and I'll do two again this time. I did one on the lower portion of this half of my hair, and then I did one in the upper portion of this half of my hair. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and pick out probably about a 1 inch by 1 inch box of hair, or maybe even a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch box of hair because I have pretty thin hair. So I'll pick out that little bit, and then I will go ahead and braid it down and tie it off with the hair tie. Okay, so we've got a small section of hair here. It's kind of difficult to see, but you can see if I turn around that we've got a small section of hair pulled out, and then the rest of this hair we're gonna pull up with our scrunchie. So usually what I do, since it's just little old me doing this all by myself, and I've got all these like little baby hairs and stuff that I don't want those to get caught up in my hair wrap, right? So I pull it all out of the way, and then this doesn't need to be really tight. I just wrapped it 2 times because my hair's kind of damp. I just washed it. You want to make sure that you have clean hair if you're going to do this. Hair wraps can be left in for 3-4 weeks, so you want to make sure that your hair is going clean, or is clean going into it. For this, we're going to do a simple 3-strand braid. If you don't know how to do a 3-strand braid, I'll go slow for you here for just a quick sec, because I know a lot of people don't know how to braid. It's not a standard thing. So you split your hair into 3 sections. To do the braid, you just cross over. The middle one goes over the top to the outside. And you just keep flipping which side goes from the middle to the outside. You know what I mean. So you're gonna braid all the way down. And the reason that I have this hair tie on my pinky is because my cat cannot be trusted with any circle-shaped objects. He's a fiend. So, so I thought it would be best to just keep it on my pinky so it's kept away from him. So we're gonna braid all the way down, and this is gonna be a pretty small braid, okay? We're gonna braid all the way down as far as we can go, and then we'll tie it off with the elastic. Again, doesn't have to be super tight, just tight enough so that it will stay so we can put our wrap in. We are going to take the elastic out. That's why you only need one. So braiding all the way down, 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 down we go. There, I just lost it. So that's probably a good spot to tie off. So I'll have a little bit of hair that's left at the bottom, and that hair will be combined with some of the thread as well. So we're gonna cut the thread at the end, and we'll cut it just about as long as my hair. So we'll just, if you rotate, if you like twist the hair tie on your finger instead of twisting it around your hair, it comes out easier. Just a little trick for you. Okay. So we've got our, again, not super tight, little teeny tiny braid that goes all the way up. And then the next step that we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to get our string. You need to do a hair wrap. I would say 2 1/4 to 2 1/2 as long as your hair is. So we'll take our string and be careful not to, this is embroidery floss. It does have a little bit of like, if you pull on it, like it gives tension. So be careful not to do that whenever you are making this, measuring this. So I usually take the top piece and I just put it in my fingers, just like this. So that way a little bit of it is sticking out. And then I go all the way down, just gently go all the way down the braid, mark my spot with my fingers. And then that's 1, right? So then I just take that, fold it in half, and that tells me 2. So if I fold this in half again and cut at the halfway point, then I've got 2 1/2. And then I can just use this one string to measure all my other strings. So we're gonna do that really quick and then I'll be back. So now we've got all of our string here, our thread. And what we need to do is we need to tie this into our braid. So what I usually do is I make a loop. I just kind of fold it. So there's a loop. And I want to put this loop through my braid. Now it's a really small braid, right? And if you have one of those tools that you can like pull stuff through, this would be the time to use it, okay? I don't have one of those. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stick my finger through my braid and I'm going to grab that, feed it through, and then we'll just tie it. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's just tie a knot. Again, really making sure to try as hard as we can to keep those baby hairs out of our hair wrap. Oh my gosh, it's like, I did this last time too. It's like I start tying it and then because I can't see what I'm doing, I like forget how to tie a knot. Okay, that's pretty secure. You only need to knot it once because this is gonna be in your hair very securely. So it looks really, really long, right? It looks very ridiculous. So what I'm gonna do is we've got this little piece up here, right? And we need to cover that up. So that'll get covered as we go, but we're gonna start with black. And today I have chosen purple and green, and I'm gonna tell you why, because I'm gonna speed up the footage while I'm doing this, because I'm sure you don't wanna listen to me talk the whole time. Purple and green are really dear to me, especially during this month, the month of May, because just 11 years ago, my family lost someone very important to us, my niece, Kylie. She was only 6 months old, and she was taken from us. But in that moment, my sister and my brother-in-law made the very difficult decision to have Kylie's organs donated so that Kylie could then save the lives of 5 other children. So Kylie ended up saving 5 other kids. 5 other families didn't have to lose their babies. 5 other families didn't have to go through what we went through. And that has been a beacon of hope for me in all these years. You know, it's why I continue to, I'm an organ donor. Every time that I register, I'm an organ donor. So I strongly encourage you to also be an organ and tissue donor. You can save so many lives, so much more than just donating your organs. If you can donate your muscle tissue and eye tissue and all kinds of stuff, like it's really cool. So if you're interested in learning about that, Donate Life is the charity that I generally represent, and I will put a link for them in the description box down below, so that way you can check them out, because they do some really wonderful things for people. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and get started in this and kind of decide what order we're gonna start in. I'm gonna start with black, and then I have 2 black pieces in here because I'm gonna let these kind of be like an accent and like crossover, because I'm gonna cross them over. But what I'm gonna do with the black pieces is they're gonna be kind of out for a little while, and they're just gonna be over here. So it's not gonna look like they're here, but they're here, okay? All right, so we're gonna start with by wrapping the black pieces, and we're gonna wrap them all together. We're gonna take one black piece. I'm just making sure that these are all together because you don't want it to get silly. And you're gonna wrap the same way. So what I usually do is I wrap towards my face. And there's gonna be a lot of string at first. So you're gonna have to be very vigilant on how you're wrapping, making sure that you're covering everything and all of that. So what we're doing right now, I'm just kind of feeding it through, again, with these damn baby hairs. So we're gonna feed it through. I'm probably gonna need my mirror here so I can see what I'm doing, because I love my phone, but I cannot see. Last time I did this, I had to have the mirror sitting on my lap, so it's really fun, you know, when you don't have like all the proper equipment. And it gets tangled a lot, so you have to be really careful about keeping it untangled. I'm gonna get my mirror so I can see what I'm doing here. Oh my gosh, baby hairs. So you can kind of see how it's looking. Put my hand back here so you can see. And then we're gonna go down with this for a little bit, and then we'll change colors, and I'll show you how to change colors whenever it's time to do that. I just dropped my stuff. How could this happen to me? Oh my gosh, and I'm all tangled. I literally just said you gotta be careful about it getting tangled, and look at what I did. I got it all tangled. I have to resolve this. Okay, so you can kind of see how it's looking. My hand back here so you can see. And then we're gonna go down with this for a little bit, and then we'll change colors, and I'll show you how to change colors whenever it's time to do that. Okay. Ears. I dropped my mirror. So now that we've got a little bit covered here, we're gonna add our first color. So what we're gonna do, because we need to bring out the blacks, so that way we can use those as our crossover pieces. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put this black that we've been using down, and we're gonna start with green. Green is the color for organ donation. I have two different shades of green here. I've got a light green and a dark green. And I think I wanna go with light green, so I need to just take a second and pulled our green out, we put our black down. We're going to start wrapping the green over everything, wrap that around 2-3 times, and then pull the blacks out and pull them over. 1, 2, 3. Now push it up because you want it to be fully covering the hair, okay? So hold in your mouth. Pull out the blacks. Put that over here. Okay. So now we just keep on wrapping. may be thinking, why purple? Nancy? Why did you decide green and purple? So, my niece, rest in peace, she passed away because of head trauma. And purple is the color that represents head trauma. So, green for organ donation and purple for head trauma. And that was my dog, just going to give me a little kiss. My buddy. My sweet boy. I always wanted to do these hair wraps growing up, but my mom would never let me. I don't know why. So now I'm like, I'm a grown-up. I can do what I want. If I want to put a hair wrap in my hair, I'll do it. But what's really cool is this will stay in for like 3 weeks, and then I'll take it out, and I'll do a video of me taking it out so you can see like how that process goes, because it does take a while to do it. My partner has to help me because I can't do it by myself. I got most of it by myself, but he had to help me with the top part because I cannot see what I'm doing. So. But it doesn't hurt to take out, and it doesn't hurt to have them in. I also thought this could be just a fun thing that I do on my channel. You know, once a month, I do my new hair wrap. And I'm so excited because I'm gonna be getting a desk soon. So I'm no longer gonna be having to do everything in my living room, which just opens up so many more opportunities for me to be able to do so much more. So I do everything from my couch, which, like, while it is comfortable, it's not exactly the most efficient. Ew. My cat was just trying to eat my embroidery floss, so, you know, good times. Now we have our black pieces. We've been leaving out this whole time, right? We've got our wrap. Our hair's all wrapped. What we're gonna do, we're gonna wrap one way and one the other way. One towards our face, one away from our face. Now, here's the important part. We're towards the end, right? We've got some extra. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We'll cut it off. What we're going to do is we're going to wrap this last piece the opposite direction of all of our other pieces. And then we're going to tie a couple knots. That'll keep it in. It'll stay in for the whole 3 weeks. You'll have to... I'll show you how to get it out. I use a pony pick. That helps a lot. So I'm just going to wrap this bottom part in black. And then we'll tie a knot. So to do your knot, pretty simple knot. Same way you would tie any other knot. Make a loop around your finger. Just push it through. You're gonna make sure that that's at the end. Now what I usually do is I will redo this knot at least 3 times. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do, make like a 4, okay? Stick my fingers through, pull it through, pull it tight. One more knot, do it the same way we did the last time, make a 4, pull it through, loop it up, and pull it tight. Then you'll take your scissors, and I usually try to find the bottom of my hair, and then I cut a little bit down from there because I don't want to risk cutting my hair. And then we've got our first one done. Okay, so for this next braid, what we're gonna do is we're gonna think about placement, right? Placement is really important, especially when you're talking about doing something like a hair wrap, because at least for me, I like to put my hair up in braids. So I want to be able to still put my hair up in braids. I want to be able to still do other stuff with my hair and not have this get in my way, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my handy dandy comb and I'm going to part my hair, probably like eyebrow, and go straight back. Okay. Nice and straight. Okay, that's a nice straight line. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a section of hair from about here. And that's pretty big, so let's make it a little smaller. We don't need that big. Okay, there we go. So we've got our little bitty section of hair. So once again, we're gonna pull everything up in a ponytail, put it in our mouth. Nice loose pony. Once again, braiding from the top down, simple 3-strand braid. You did this before, you know what you're doing. So we're gonna do it nice and fast. And the braid. And the braid is more just to keep the hair together and protected while it's in this wrap, so that way, because you lose hair, right, like every day. So it just helps it not be so bad when you take it out. Like if I were to try to do this without my hair in a braid, it would be very frizzy. Like it's frizzy anyway, but I feel like it would be super frizzy trying to wrap thread around my hair without a braid. Got our little braid in, we've got the rest of our hair pulled back, and we can already see the other one in there. Oh my god, I love it so much. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing we did last time. I'm gonna have to cut my string, so I'm gonna go off camera, cut my string really quick, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. I've got it tied in. I have white this time because I ran out of black on that one, and I didn't want to cut another thing of black, so I am gonna use black and white for the crisscross this time. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the white up at the top instead of black, and then I'm gonna start with the purple instead of green this time, so it'll be kind of opposite. So footage is about to speed up, and So same thing on this one. Wrap the first color 2-3 times, and then we'll move the black and the white out of the way. Buddy. Hi, Bubby. Any attention? You can't come hard to see what I'm doing here. Hi, baby. belt. So you can see I've got this one in here and this one back here. And I like this because it's kind of subtle, but also it's really fun and cute, and I can change it with all the different colors. I'll probably leave this in for the rest of the month of May. Like I said, if you are interested in learning about organ donation, you can check the description box down below. I'll put a link for you so that way you can learn a little bit more for yourself. And if you have any questions for me, just drop them down below. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe if this is content that you enjoy, and I will be coming out with more stuff soon, I promise. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye y'all!